I mean, it's far too long. I think they've been absolutely crackers to go for such a long contest. All it does is actually allow the party to turn in on itself and for the candidates to attack each other. And I don't think that really is what the public want to see after years of Tory infighting.
Many are heading off on their holidays or getting some downtime at home. The Conservative Party is preparing for a series of debates as several MPs jostle to become the next leader of the party. And today, Priti Patel joined the party, announcing her bid to become the next in line. We spoke to one of her supporters a little earlier. But how's the field looking when we talk about runners and riders and what's going on behind the scenes? Well, Sam Lister is the political editor of the Daily Express, and she joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning, Adam.
Now, we've got Declare, James Cleverly, Robert Jenrick, Tom Tugendhat, Mel Stride, and now Priti Patel. So does that mean we are waiting now for Kemi Badenoch?
Yeah, tomorrow is the close of nominations, so she really only has 24 hours or so to do it. But I think you could expect to see something emerge tonight that will indicate she's about to formally announce.
And does she look like the favourite at this stage?
She does look like the favourite. There's certainly a lot of support. I understand there's a letter doing the rounds of people signing up to back her. Clearly, the thing with these contests is people always want to back a winner, don't they? Because there is an advantage to backing a winner. So that makes her very appealing to those who want to get on in the party. But obviously, there aren't that many MPs left to go around in this contest. So it's going to be quite closely fought, I think.
And as I understand it, to get into the race, you have to have 10 people, 10 MPs backing you.
That's correct, yes.
Do we find out who they are?
Now that is something I'm not entirely sure, but I think each candidate is slowly dripping out their supporters. So we know Robert Jenrick, he was the first to submit his nomination papers, and that campaign have been dripping out the people on that. I think we can see that from the other contenders. I'm sure we'll see that in the coming weeks.
It's going to take a long time, this, isn't it?
I mean, it's far too long. I think they've been absolutely crackers to go for such a long contest. All it does is actually allow the party to turn in on itself and for the candidates to attack each other. And I don't think that really is what the public want to see after years of Tory infighting.
I suppose if people drop out, that could speed it up, could it, or not?
Yes, there is that. I think clearly if one candidate feels that they don't have enough momentum to kind of keep going through each stage, then you could potentially see that. But I guess really most of them would not have thrown their hat in the ring if they didn't think they at least had a chance of getting somewhere. Now, obviously with Kemi Badenoch, because she is the favourite, I think you might see some shenanigans at a later stage. We've seen this in the past where campaign teams lend their votes to another contender to boost artificially their support in the hope of knocking out the favourite. And you could see some of that going on during the contest. But I think we've got such a long way to go, and this is going to be so drawn out. I mean, anything could happen.
So, Sam, what's gone on with Suella Braverman? Because she's been running a leadership contest far longer than there has been a leadership contest even in existence, no matter how long this one is. And yet there's talk now that she might not even make this first stage.
Well, I think that's the problem, Kate. It has been going on for so long that actually, Conservatives feel that was part of the problem, that what went wrong at the election was all this infighting, and it does not help that your backbenchers are fighting each other and then your cabinet are openly turning on you as well. So I think that has harmed her quite a lot. And I think also you have to remember Robert Jenrick, who obviously worked in the Home Office with Suella Braverman and then quit over the then Prime Minister's direction on immigration. He has been studiously courting the right for quite some time. He made great inroads with the new Conservative group of MPs, which were slightly more in the Suella camp. He went in there and has wooed them. Danny Kruger, who set that group up, has publicly backed him. So I think you can see essentially those people who were in the Suella camp have switched to Robert Jenrick on the whole.
And there is a real breadth of faces in this competition. I mean, we know that Priti Patel obviously has come out today. Kemi, as you were talking about, Kemi Badenoch likely tomorrow. There's also quite a lot of ethnic diversity in this team of people. You know, lots of people from very different backgrounds. What does that say about the Conservative Party, do you think?
I think the Conservative Party has been, we have seen an incredibly diverse Conservative Party with all the top jobs from the Prime Minister down filled by people from, different backgrounds, women from different ethnic backgrounds. This is a party that has walked the walk rather than talk the talk on diversity. And you can actually thank David Cameron for that. He put in place a system a long time ago when he took over the party, the A-list, which was incredibly controversial at the time. But that actually, it brought in a lot of women to the party. It brought in a lot of people from different ethnic backgrounds. And you can see the results of that today, that actually, while Labour has only ever been led by a white man, the Conservatives have been led by three women, by the first Prime Minister from a British Asian background, numerous Home Secretaries, Chancellors, Foreign Secretary, all the kind of top jobs have all been held by people who are not white men, which is, something that is only possible because of the action that was taken many, many years ago, a good 15 or so years ago now.
Except Chancellor, of course, as Rachel Reeves will be quick to remind us. Finally, it's an expensive business, this, isn't it? And we were told that the Conservative Party was quite skinned.
Yes, it is. And obviously, the more you draw this out, the more difficult it is to raise money, because donors obviously are not particularly keen to chuck their money into a party when they don't actually know who is going to be leading it for quite some time, or what direction they will take it in. So I do feel they kind of have shot themselves in the foot a bit on this on many fronts. But they wanted to have this long contest so they can really talk about what went wrong with the party. And I think they look back to actually David Cameron. Obviously, he was a person who rose out of a similar process back in 2005, and they're kind of hankering back to those days. But whether it will actually turn out like that in reality is a different matter.
I mean, it's going to cost 300 grand for the winning candidate campaign. Is that right?
Maybe more.
Yeah, I mean, they do all have their backers. They have all been, chatting to their supporters, and it is a costly business. But politics is we know that, even if you are standing to be an MP, it is not a cheap business to get into. You do need to be constantly on the lookout for people who will, donate to your campaign, and so it is difficult. It's not an easy thing.
Sam Lester of the Daily Express, thank you very much indeed for being with us.